Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and here's my latest find. 1973 Continental, pretty sweet bike. These are some images used on the eBay listing, and the bike is all original with the exception of the saddle. I will definitely be replacing that with a period correct racing style saddle. Other than that, I will keep the bike as is after doing some basic maintenance, cleaning, and some chrome polishing. Again, the bike looks great as is, and it still has some of the original parts like the chainstay protector. The bar tape looks amazing, and all the alloy parts are definitely in great shape. A very nice example of a classic Schwinn. The bike was purchased new in 1973 as a gift and not ridden very much. It was stored for over 40 years, and here she is, no rust and only small traces of patina. Again, the bike is a time capsule and I can't wait to get started. Thank you so much for watching. Well, here she is, 1973 Schwinn Continental, 24-inch frame. Sunset orange. This bike was on eBay and it was local pickup only, and I reached out to the seller and asked him if they consider shipping it, so he did. Really nice guy, packed it up really nice and tight, and it looks like it made the trip with no problems. I'm going to pull it out here in a second and take inventory of all the parts and begin the process. This one's very similar to my 1974 Schwinn Varsity in the same color, as you can see right here. So he's wanted to have a Continental version of it, so this is what it's going to look like once it's done. And this thing has been cleaned up and redone, so it'll be just like that. Once it's out of the box, I put it on its side because I got to take all this off before I put it on the rack. So I'm going to go through. This is all taped down, so secured very nicely. I'm going to go ahead and take off all the saran wrap, and then handlebars wrapped nicely around the top tube there, so I take that off so I can put it on the rack and begin to take a look at it. It looks like all the main tubes are protected nicely. You remove the chain guard protector and the chain ring because those get bent on transit, and it looks like everything else came out okay. And here's the other components. The front tire, definitely wrapped it nicely, and that's the saddle that I'm going to replace. That's more of a comfort seat. It's a Mesinger with a spring-loaded comfort. And then the pedals are in there, and then here's the chain ring and the chain guard protector, so we'll go ahead and take a look at that. So again guys, I'm going to put this video out real quickly just to do a preview of this project. I'm going to go ahead and put it together and take it out for a spin before I actually restore it. As you can see, here's my other projects. You guys this is the next one that's due, which is the Sprint. That one's pretty much done. I've got to put it all together. Then I got my white Varsity 1970. This is a 1-year color, and it's a very cool bike. It's got fenders on it, and again, 1970 was a Jubilee year, which was their 75th anniversary for Schwinn, and white was a popular color. Same year that they did the white cotton picker, they did a white Suburban, a white Paramount as well, so it's very cool. And here's the Varsity in the exact same color as that Continental, but I like the Continentals because they have, you know, the better handlebar as well as the tubular forks, center pull brakes, but overall the same bike. This one I did a while back, and I'm actually going to go ahead and do a little touch up on it. The bike came out really sweet when I did it. I put new bar tape on it, and I got the matching paint now to get these little nicks so it'll stay intact. So should be good to go. But again, this one right here, exact same color. Again, it still has the original chainstay protector on it, and this actually is an original one too on this one, so it should look pretty cool. But I'm looking forward to putting this thing together, and hopefully you guys will stay tuned. And again, the Sprint project was put on hold, and I did the Stingray video. You guys saw that one. And basically what happened was I decided to redo my floor. As you guys can see, the floor's been redone on the entire garage. Something I've been wanting to do, and I thought it was a perfect opportunity while I was on vacation. So I put this one on hold, but like I said earlier, it's just about done. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and unpack this thing, get her on the rack. And there she is. I put her rack together just to make sure all the parts were there. And then I'm going to basically take it apart and go through the whole thing. Again, this bike is completely original. Tires aren't original. I'm noticing the tires are a smaller size. They're 27 1/8 instead of 27 1/4. I thought they looked kind of smallish. They look cool, but I usually go with the traditional gum walls on all the road bikes that I restore. These things sounds like sandpaper in there, so definitely have to overhaul the bearings in there. I'll shine up all the spokes. The chrome looks really good though. The rims are impressively clean, no rust, no pitting, so that's great. And they're pretty straight. So I'm pretty happy about that. You know, I'll still do a little trimming on them. All the brakes seem to be in pretty good shape. This will polish up nicely. I will put on new cables. These original outer cables are in great shape, so I will leave them intact. Usually they crack right at the top right there, and seem to be really good. Place to clean them up, including the shifter cables as well. Leave them alone. So I'll just change the inner cables as well as that back one there. The seat obviously doesn't go with this bike. These bikes came with the racing style saddle, as you see on these styles right here. These pedals will clean up really nice. Check this out. That is spinning beautifully. So that's awesome that it's working that good. I did find actually some replacement caps, even though I can make that look better. But I actually finally found some, so I'll be putting some on there. Again, this chrome looks pretty good. There's a little bit of patina, but that'll come right off with a little steel wool and some chrome polish. So this thing will look neat once I get done with it. And I was actually testing the drivetrain, and it is a little sluggish, so definitely needs to be overhauled. Free wheel definitely spinning nicely, but at the same time, you know, we'll go with overhaul the bearings and everything on it. And that wheel's spinning nicely as well too. Pretty straight, pretty straight. Alright, well, we got most of the parts off. So it looks like overall the bike is in good shape. The brakes will definitely clean up nicely. Again, I am going to leave the original outer cables, just put new cables, because they're all, this is pretty typical, they get rusty and need to be replaced and lubricated. And again, these bikes over time always get like this on the back end, so I'll definitely get in there. There's some paint that's chipping away right here, so I'll go ahead and scrape that off and smooth it down, and you know, put some touch-up paint on it to protect the frame and also to make it look good. Clean out all the grease that gets in these crevices. But again, these bikes 45 years old, so as you can see, time does take its toll on it. And as clean as it looked on images, when you get it up close and apart, you see all the cleaning opportunities that definitely will make the bike gleam once I'm done with it. So I'm really excited about making this thing my next project and making sure that it looks like me once it's done. So we'll go through every component. Again, we're going to take it completely apart. This is stage one. He's taking off the main parts. Here's the handlebars. I'm not sure what this is. I've never seen a piece like this before. This must be an aftermarket piece that something slides in there, like some kind of speedometer or something. But that's definitely coming off. But the original tape is intact. I'm going to leave that on there. Just polish the chrome around it. Leave the original reflector on it. This has the very cool alloy Schwinn stem on it. So that quill stem is definitely to sell as much as $60 to $70. And again, this is also the made in France handlebar It's very lightweight alloy. Freewheel spinning nicely, but I'm still going to take it apart and change the bearings on it. Here's the back of this. Again, it's just greasy, but overall very clean. The spoke guard, there's no rust on it, it's just dusty and dirty, and that will definitely gleam once we get it done, as well as all the spokes. Same with the front hub, that'll also clean up nice. And I'm going to leave the original outer cables on. I'm just going to clean them up. This one right here is a little damaged, the back one, the little one there. So this is the front brake, there's a hanger for it, and this is the rear brake that it's in. These are the add-on 440 pedals, made in France, alloy, very lightweight, and you saw these on all the Continentals and Sprints, so glad to see this cap look in mint condition. The other one has got a little ding on it and some road rash, but I did find some replacements finally online, so I'll be able to put one on there to make it look really, really good. And again, you saw how they spun perfectly, so very excited about that. So again, this is it, guys. I'm going to go ahead and start taking the rest of it apart, put her away, and get the Sprint going, because that's actually the next project in line. So stay tuned for the Sprint project. We're going to finish her up.